Have you ever felt such a sense of urgency about something where you just felt compelled to move forward or to step back? Have you ever just had a sense that something was coming or something was about to happen? Have you ever had that where you just knew that you either needed to do something or share something or say something because just deep within you, you had this sense of urgency? I'm going to get into that today. I'm Angela W. Stillwell. I am the CEO and founder of Untapped Strengths. And I work with individuals to transform them into top 1% leaders, and I work with teams to transform them into powerhouses. And I bring this up today because yesterday I had a friend of mine send me a text and said, "Hey, I've noticed your posts lately have seemed more bold or you know, something like that." I don't remember the exact words. I don't have the text in front of me. And they wanted to know if that was just them, is that the way they were reading it, or was there something to it? And I reflected before I answered the text because I was like, I don't know, let me go back and look and think about it. And as I thought about it, the truth is that yes, it some of my posts have been more bold and have been more, with more of a sense of urgency about them. And the reason for that is because I have a sense of urgency. Obviously my focus is on leadership, starting with personal leadership. You can't lead anyone else if you're not leading yourself. And as I look around and I've been around for a decade or two now here. And as I look around and I see what is happening in our local community, in our state, in our country, and all around the world. This isn't just in one particular place. And I see this across all different economic environments. I see this is something that when you've been around for a while and you've worked in some of the industries that I've worked in, then you start getting a sense of what's coming down the pike. And we have a lot of warning signs all over the place. And I feel like so many people are resting on their laurels right now. They're I feel like there's not as much of a sense of urgency. I feel like people are living in this place of incredible fear. And that's not just a feeling that I have. You read the headlines, you read the posts on social media, you talk to people. People have this fear of everything that's going on right now. The economy is in shambles around the world. That's not just anything that's happening here. Inflation is going through the roof. Insurance is going through the roof for, property and health and everything, right? Medical expenses are going through the roof. Cars and vehicles have gotten much more expensive. Houses are more expensive. Interest rates are higher. And we are at the highest level of credit card debt ever. There are more people who are at higher levels of debt than ever. People's health is in a worse place. Anxiety is higher than it's ever been. Right? So all of these things just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. And I'm not here to be a fearmonger. I'm here telling you that now is the time. Now is the time. There's no other time that even exists. First of all, the past only exists in your mind and the future only exists in your mind. There's only now. Now is the time to do what it takes to step into your personal leadership. What will it take for you to step into your personal leadership? I see so many people just allowing others to do for them rather than them doing for themselves. And I also hear people saying things like, well, if it wasn't for so and so, and if blah, 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 got it. Got it. I realize all of those things are happening. All of those things are happening. And here's the other thing that I know. Anytime that the world has gone through crisis like it is now, and like I see coming down the pike, what happens is there are some individuals who step into their leadership, who take 100% ownership, and then they grow like gangbusters throughout these types of times. And so, my question for you is, are you going to be one of those people who takes ownership of your life at an even higher level than you currently are? If you're already taking ownership, what else can you do? And if you haven't taken ownership, if you've still been in the blame, shame, and guilt game, when are you going to drop that? When are you going to drop that? So yes, my posts have been bolder, and I'm going to get even bolder because there's no other time. No one is coming to save you. They're just not. There are a lot of promises that are made by companies, and if you watch advertisements, they're promising the world, and governments and politicians promise all sorts of things. And anything that a government can give you, you're giving up something in order for them to give that to you. What is it that you're giving up? If you're reliant on the government, what is it that you're giving up so that the government can take care of you? This isn't just about the government. This is about everything. This is about you as an individual, your financial livelihood, your relationships, your health. Okay. You get to be your own advocate in all of those arenas. Are you ready for that? And when I'm asking you these questions, what are you saying to yourself? What is your voice saying? Is it saying, but so and so and so and so, or I'm afraid, or I don't know what to do, or I don't have the answers? Here's what happens. Our brains play some of the most awful tricks on us. Our brain uses I don't know as a way of not stepping into something that is different than what we're used to. I don't know is a way of keeping you in your current comfort zone that may not be very comfortable, but it's a comfort zone because it's familiar. Are you ready to step out of that familiar place? Are you ready to lean in? And this isn't about hustle culture. I'm not about the hustle 24/7 or you can sleep when you die kind of thing. That's not what I'm talking about. Sleep is one of the best things that you can do for your health and for the health of everybody around you. Okay? Not oversleeping. I'm talking about getting adequate amounts of sleep. Right? It's when your brain cleanses itself, your body does its healing when you're sleeping. So I'm not talking about the hustle culture thing. I'm talking about taking the steps that are necessary, making a plan and working the plan and doing it whether you're feeling fear or not. Because courage is not an absence of fear. There is no courage without fear. If there's no fear, then you're just doing. Or you're just being. It just is. Courage happens when you lean into the fear, when you face the fear and you take that next step anyway. So, what comes up for you when you think about doing that? What do you say to yourself? Because what you're saying to yourself, those doubts that come up, the questions that come up, those are the things that are going to keep you right where you are. 90% of every decision you make, action you take, and result that you get is based on those subconscious thoughts. So tell me, when are you going to lean into your personal leadership? When are you going to lean into your personal leadership? Now more than ever, is it important? So my challenge for you is take the time now, sit down and just journal what's coming up for you. What are the fears that you have right now? And then decide, are you ready to face those fears? Are you ready to lean into them? Are you ready to do what's necessary for you to lean into your personal? And by the way, you may not even know what is necessary for you to step into your personal leadership. And if that's the case, cool, I got you. In fact, there's a link on the screen, and on that is if you go to that link, the Linktree link that's on the screen, if you go to that, you'll find a link to my calendar, and you can get on my calendar. We'll have a conversation about it, right? No commitments or anything, just a conversation around what does your personal leadership look like? Because it's a little bit different for everybody, right? But what would that look like for you? What would you get to do? What do you get to do to step into it? Because yes, it is urgent that you do it now. Start taking those steps now. There's a lot of what ifs about, all sorts of things going on in the world. And regardless, being in your personal leadership is how you navigate that. All right. That's what I've got for you today. So yes, I am being more bold. I'm being more urgent. I feel a sense of urgency. I hope you feel a sense of urgency to become the best version of you right here, right now. Are you ready for that? I believe you are. If you're not, again, book a call with me and we'll have a conversation. No obligation. Okay. All right. That's all I got for today. Go be bold. Go be passionate. Go be joyful, right? Lean into your personal leadership. Start taking those steps now to get more and more and more into your personal leadership. All right. Go have a fantastic Wednesday. I will see you next week on the weekly live show. And until then, keep leaning in. All right. See ya. Bye.